It is a Y105, Dubuque's #1 hit music station. My name is Steve Pulaski. It has been over 15 years since the Lane Bryant shooting captivated people all across the country, particularly in the Chicagoland region. This unsolved murder of 5 women in Tinley Park still makes headlines to this date, but there hasn't been a formal documentary or really anything on the subject matter until this filmmaker, who is on my line right now, has dared tackle the subject in an upcoming movie called Who Killed These Women? The Tinley Park 5. He's documentarian and filmmaker Charlie Minn. He joins me now. Charlie, how are we doing today?
I'm good, Steve. Thanks so much for raising awareness about this.
Absolutely, Charlie. I grew up not too far from Tinley Park, and I lived out there when this happened, when this tragedy took place. For people who are not aware, what was the Lane Bryant shooting back in 2008?
We had a killer walk into a Lane Bryant department store in Tinley Park on the 2nd of February, 2008. It was an early Saturday morning, and the killer walked in. There were 2 employees and 2 customers already inside. He struck up a conversation with one of the employees, and then minutes later brandished a handgun, forced all 4 to the back of the store, into the break room, if you will. 2 more customers would walk in. He would do the same thing to them. So now we have a situation of 1 male killer and 6 women, 4 customers and 2 employees. He duct taped all of them, and he forced all of them at gunpoint to kneel down, and he shot them all. And one of them survived somehow by shifting her head at the last moment, so the bullet, rather than going into her head, grazed her neck. That one survivor I've been trying to locate for a couple of months now, have not been successful. We've set up a website where people can present their thoughts and ideas, and that website is thetinley5.com, and that's the number 5.
That's the Tinley5.com, the number 5 in that website. He's documentarian Charlie Minn on my phone line right now. When did you first learn about the Lane Bryant shooting, and when did you decide that's my next project for a movie?
I learned about it maybe 10 years ago, so I guess 8 years into it, and I contacted Tinley Park PD, and right away I was confused and disappointed by their lack of response, lack of reply, lack of anything. And finally, when I revisited it a few months ago, I reached out to them again. Again, no success there. And I reached out to a family member, and I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this, even if the police are not going to get involved. I'm going to find my own way to get the attention and the awareness out there to hopefully get justice for these families.
Where are you at in shooting the documentary at this moment? What's that process been like?
It's been very challenging. We've gone to Chicago twice now to shoot a series of interviews, and our final step will be the weekend of December 19th when we go back to shoot a reenactment of the shooting. So we have to hire actors and whatnot. So anyone listening out there, if they're interested in being considered for the reenactment, again, hit up the website, thetinley5.com, and that's the number 5.
When can people expect to see this movie? You got a release date?
February the 13th. It's going to first open at AMC Crestwood 18, which is not far from Tinley Park, and we're going to be adding theaters as we move along.
Again, he's Charlie Minn, documentarian behind Who Killed These Women? The Tinley Park 5, looking for a minor theatrical release come February. And then I would assume that then you're kind of looking at distribution via streaming then to follow. I know that's kind of all ephemeral until it gets in place, but is that the route you plan to take?
Yeah, that's been my formula. That's the way the industry has arrived now, is streaming. Back in the day, people would ask me, where's the movie playing? And that's now been exchanged with, where's the movie streaming? That's the way the industry has arrived now, and I'm just following that trend. But usually now it's a theatrical release, and then it goes to streaming like Amazon Prime, like I have 35 of my other movies.
The opportunity, Charlie, to talk about some other movies, because you have made quite a few documentaries. I saw and I really enjoyed Where is Robert Fisher some years ago. That story's always captivated me as well. I want to give you the opportunity, if you want to cherry pick some of your titles and just talk about your filmography in general.
Well, Steve, we'd be here for an hour or so, but I've certainly had my share of experiences, 11 films inside the Mexican war zone about the drug war. I would say Mexico's Bravest Man might have been probably my best film down in Mexico. That's about a police chief in Mexico who survived 8 assassination attempts while taking on the cartels. Inside Building 12, which is about the Parkland, Florida mass shooting, which happened in Stoneman Douglas High School. That's the largest high school mass shooting in American history. That happened on Valentine's Day in 2018. Another case that's sort of similar to the Lane Bryant case is the Nightmare in Las Cruces that happened in 1990, where 5 people were executed inside a bowling alley in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And that case is also unsolved as well. And that movie is called The Nightmare in Las Cruces, which was distributed by Lionsgate. So I've had my share of experiences tackling these cases, and my whole motto is representing innocent people who had been murdered. That's the theme of my movies.
Again, he's Charlie Minn, documentary filmmaker behind Who Killed These Women, the Tinley Park 5, due for a release in February. Anything else that you would like to know, Charlie? I want to give you the final word. If people want to learn more, again, about the upcoming documentary on the Lane Bryant shooting, where can people find more of your work, things like that? I want to give you the final word, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate that. If they just Google Charlie Minn, maybe Amazon next to my name, then they'll see all my work pop up. My films always try to talk about the human element. I don't really get political in any of my movies. I think the human element is so important. At the end of the day, we're all human beings with feelings, with families, and I wish people would look at life more in that direction. We've just gotten way too political today. I wish things were more on a human level. And I think the biggest problem in the world today are innocent people being murdered, and how that's devastating so many families. And we really need to be more activists in general. We're taking too many reactionary measures rather than preventive measures.
He is Charlie Minn. Again, the Tinley5, the number 5.com for more information on his upcoming film. Charlie, I'm very excited for this documentary. Again, I'm a fan of yours, and I greatly appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Anytime, Steve. You have a good day.